Good day, dear chess lovers. As usual, Suran is here, and in this video I want to share with you another exciting attacking game played by the 4th world chess champion Alexander Alekhine. His opponent is H.S. Newt, and this game Alekhine played in 1923 in Boston during a simultaneous chess exhibition. Alekhine was playing on 40 boards. In this game he had white pieces. This is usually how it goes. The one who gives a chess simul is playing with the white pieces, and he opened up with d4. Newt answered with d5, knight f3, knight f6, c4, e6, queen's gambit declined, 3 knights variation is on the board, and c6, black is choosing the super solid Semi-Slav defense. e3, other popular alternative is bishop g5, which leads to sharper lines. e3 is somewhat restricting the movement of the dark squared bishop, but this is one of the main lines, nothing wrong with it. Here both players castled kingside, e4, and d takes c4. This is already not good. Theory recommends to remove this central e-pawn and then go for an exchange of knights and play knight f6. Instead, in the game we see d takes c4, bishop takes c4, b6. Well, when you are going for d takes c4, at least you should go for b5, b4, and then at some point c5. Try to create a counterplay on the queen side, but in the game we see a passive looking b6 continuation. Rook e1, rook c8, bishop goes on g5, rook e8, rook 8 d1. e5 is something which is worth of taking into consideration, but still Alekhine is centralizing his pieces. Knight e5 and knight h5, which is a terrible mistake. Well, going for an exchange of knights on e5 and then playing knight d7 is the perfect line to choose. Instead, we see knight h5, and now let's see what's the problem with it. As we have reached the critical position, please pause the video and try to find Alekhine's next moves. Ready? In here, the future world chess champion went for knight takes f7 sacrifice. I said the future world chess champion because still this was year 1923 and he would gain the world chess championship crown only 4 years later. There we have it. A knight sacrifice is on the board, which is blowing apart black's king side, and once the knight sacrifice is accepted, this time we see bishop takes e6 check. This combination somewhat reminds me of Alekhine's famous game against von Feld. That game he played during a blindfold simul, and again knight f7 was the crushing move, and after king takes f7 this time Alekhine went for a queen sacrifice. In case you have missed this game, the link I will pin in the comment section, but now let's proceed with this game. King f8, black didn't dare to accept the bishop sacrifice because this will lead to a forced mate in 4. e5 check will follow, and then d takes e5 double check, and then king c5, knight e4 or knight a4 checkmate. In the game, black played king f8 and e5 by Alekhine. This is already an inaccuracy. Moving back the bishop on c1 is better. If bishop g5, then bishop g4, and white has a dangerous attack. Now let's see what's the problem with e5. Alekhine is opening up the queen's diagonal, also is taking under control this square, but the thing is that now by going for bishop takes g5, black could put a tough defense. Moreover, black could gain advantage. If queen f5, then knight df6, and in this case it's black who is leading materially, and this is going to be winning. Okay, you can go for an exchange of rooks and then win this knight, but it's black who has advantage. The engine gives black almost -4 advantage, but Mr. Newt missed this brilliant defensive resource, instead hurried to block the queen's diagonal, and this is already a mistake. With this move he's weakening the dark squares too much. After announcing a check on h6, this time white switched his rook into the attack from the 3rd rank. c5, and there comes knight d5, neutralizing the light squared bishop and threatening rook f3 check. Bishop takes d5, bishop takes d5, c takes d4, and there it goes, rook f3 check. Knight f6, and a move which just asks itself to be played. Here we go, rook takes f6 check. What is interesting, e takes f6 is also strong and is winning. If you accept the queen sacrifice, then f takes g7, checkmate. So in the game, rook takes f6 was played, bishop takes f6, and only then we see e takes f6. Again, white is sacrificing the queen. But if rook takes c2, then bishop g7 checkmate will follow. In the game we see rook e5 and f takes g7 check, rook takes g7, and a very accurate move by Alekhine, bishop b3. And now the bishop from behind can support this white queen. d3 queen c4 and Newt resigned. There is a direct mating threat. Also, if needed, white can play queen g8 check. Queen f4 check can follow in some cases. For example, if queen e8, then queen f4 check. And then queen b8, bishop takes g7. Yeah, this is how white can win. Just no way out. If here, then rook e1, or according to Stockfish, queen c7 is mating faster. That's why understanding that his position is hopeless after queen c4, Newt resigned. There was a flaw in the attack, but black failed to find the best defensive resource, and soon his position collapsed. Hope that you enjoyed this game, and in the end let's also solve a chess puzzle where the task is to find the winning line for white. As usual, we'll wait for your answer in the comment section. Feel free to check out my early uploads as well. We'll see you in my next video. Take care.